Well, when we left today, we were gonna do a 22-mile sail to Agua Verde, but I don't know. We just kind of got a wild hair when we're out here and said, screw it, we're going to Mazatlán.
Our commencement to travel back to the tropics inadvertently occurred moments ago. We've spent the last year in the Sea of Cortez, above the tropic belt, having only dipped our toes in south of that border briefly at the tip of the Baja Peninsula. The southern mainland of Mexico is really where it's at. Lush green jungle is our true destination, and more miles means less delayed satisfaction.
All right, full sail. Here we go.
There's Agua Verde. Bye.
That new leather on the mizzen needs a little grease, eh?
Yeah, a little squeaky up there. She'll work it out. She's got 300 miles to work it out.
Yeah. All right, well, what's left to do is set the wind vane and cut the motor and
make progress.
Yeah, chip away for the next 3 days.
I love it. This morning, I wasn't even sure if we were gonna leave today. Yeah, I'd say like 2 days ago, I was like 85% sure we were going straight to Mazatlán. And then the very next day, I felt 85% sure the opposite, that we were gonna hop our way, or at least begin hopping and then decide at a certain point to cross over. And then this morning, I really had no idea what was going to happen. That's why we don't share what we're gonna do. You never know. It literally just changed. Everything just changed. But Garrett's like, I feel like I keep going for a couple days.
Changed like 5 miles from where we were gonna anchor.
Yeah. Look at him go. The last time we did anything over 3 nights was like 13 years ago. I was 19, so whatever that math works out. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm kind of looking forward to the challenge. I'm somewhere between like excited and nervous. Yeah, I'd say I'm more curious. I'm more curious to remember what it feels like to be 3 days nonstop at sea. We're supposed to have some like 20+ knot winds on tomorrow evening. We're gonna go from desolate Baja to a huge city after 3 to 4 nights at sea. All sails up, the iron jib could take a nice rest.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Go.
Feels good. Enthralled by our departure, we hardly gave any thought to the rest of the year and future travel. But also we don't really plan, but we don't plan on coming up to the Sea of Cortez in, the spring to summertime. We're thinking we might leave Rediviva down in the southern mainland area, or the most we'd come back up would be probably to Puerto Escondido, because we really love that spot, and the mooring is really nice because Rediviva, can spin around. She's not just one side of her hull in the direct sun through the summer. But yeah, we're not doing a summer in the Sea of Cortez again. That was way too hot. We're gonna go do something else. Build another boat, maybe.
Yeah. That way we can have 2 boats for the different seasons of the planet. Chase the summers.
We're chasing the summer right now.
Summer's in Alaska, winter's in the tropics, man.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby. Summer conditions in January. Pretty sweet. All we know is today, and after building Rediviva and always living for tomorrow, this is all we can do. Oh, we have some ideas. Some tame, others insane. Basically, we have until June to decide what's next. And don't worry, you're coming too.
Yeah, it's definitely times like these where I'm thankful to be on Red Aviva. Classic Sea of Cortez slop. Right on the quarter. And yeah, we're moving around, but I mean the motion is so mellow on Red Aviva. And I've sailed a lot of boats. We've owned a lot of boats and also sailed on a lot of other boats, and I've never been on a boat, a small boat, that has such a comfortable motion. Of course, when you get on really, really big boats, really big, really heavy boats, it's a different thing. But a 35-foot boat, I've never experienced a boat in this size range that is this comfortable and this mellow in this kind of sea state. And of course, you have trade-offs, and there's other times when it's annoying because it's light winds and you're super slow and you want to make miles, and there's sometimes you're like, damn, I wish the boat was faster. But you know, these times we're doing sustaining high 4s, low 5s. There's not much wind on the beam, but it's just for what it is, for the sea state, for what it is, it's really comfortable. And that's when I'm like, yeah, this is why I chose to build a 30,000 pound, 35-foot boat. Like, you can't beat the ride, man.
Yeah. Red Aviva is also really quiet.
Yeah.
Like with the wood mass and...
Yeah, you go down below and there's like a softness to everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you come out on deck and you're like, oh shit, it's actually like, it's actually blowing. And then you go down below and just quiet. She doesn't have a bad roll. I mean, most full keel, that's one of the things that like big full keel cruising boats get a bad reputation for, is being really rolly. And they are. Like, we've had plenty of heavy full keel cruising boats that have the more of the wine glass around bilge, and they roll ear to ear, especially downwind. There's no arguing with that. But Red Aviva, she's a heavy full keel cruising boat, but she's being a chine hull, you don't get that rolling. It's a completely different motion. She's so much more stiff, and I feel like on most full keel boats that have the wine glass shape, they seem to get into this, like, it's like this momentum, especially going downwind, and they just go. And but something about the single chine on Red Aviva's hull, she just won't go over that far, so she doesn't ever start that pendulum. That's been the best thing about her as a cruising boat. Her balance, how well she sails and steers herself, and the comfort and her ease of motion. And I mean, again, that comes with its downside. She's slow. There's no way around that. She's slow, and I'll admit it. But I mean, right now, like I said, we're doing high 4s, low 5s. We maybe got, like, I don't know, 13 knots of wind on the beam. I'm fine with that.
Let's do that all night.
Yeah.
I don't need my sun hat anymore, but it's kind of keeping my head warm. Go down and find a beanie in a minute. Kind of excited for just this next step with Red Aviva. This is the longest trip that we've done with her, and yeah, night number 1. Red Aviva looks so massive in the camera right now. Garrett has just woken me for my first night watch shift of our 300+ nautical mile journey. Headed towards Mazatlán now, but we've already joked about Banderas Bay and seeing how our destination has already changed once before, anything is possible. The conditions couldn't be better, a true gift. We are still full sail and have been since we decided not to stop. Tomorrow night could be sporty, with patches of 25-knot winds, from about sunset to sunrise. Knowing this possibility makes right now all that more sweet. I'm savoring it, grateful for it. Garrett did an extra 2 hours. Having 4 hours to rest is another blessing. I wasn't feeling so stoked when I first got up, but now I feel alert and, dare I say, happy. Near a full moon, drowning the stars now, but giving great visibility. We are east of all Baja Islands and have a clear line all the way to the mainland. Garrett said it perfectly. Maybe we just need to meticiate it and go sailing to save our souls. I don't know if you can see the Little Dipper. As long as I keep that on our port side, we're on course. Ship is getting close now. About 5 miles away. Garrett just woke me up. He's up at the mainmast right now. Swell is still up. It's kind of come back up a little bit since my last watch. And our speed has gone up a little bit, and we're getting this weird wobbling in the prop shaft. So Garrett woke me up to reef the main to slow the boat down a little bit. And I can pull the gaff, Bang, if you need it.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. Pulling it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? We're double reefed. We are still going over 6 knots. 229 miles to go. 6:24 a.m. Oh.
Well, that system worked flawlessly.
Got to use it. It's pretty great. We didn't have to change the course of the boat at all. Garrett got me just after 6 a.m., before sunrise, to tuck a reef in the main, to slow the boat down and ease the vibration on the prop shaft. I really don't know why the saying is to tuck in a reef, because it's more of a tug. Although with the new gaff fang and gaff slides, it was easier and maybe worthy of the word tug. I don't know how well you can see, but that landmass over there, that's Espiritu Santo, and La Paz beyond it. One more ship behind us. It is now 8:24. That tanker is about 9-ish miles, kind of off our port quarter. We are still double reefed on the main. Everything else is full and maintaining about 5 knots on average still. It's perfect. Our heading has been about the same, somewhere between 100 and 120, and 219 miles to go. Some fun facts for the morning. The sun is warming my face and the breeze tickles my neck. The motion of the boat is giving me an ab workout. The swell is still sloshy, but it was cool to see Espiritu Santo when I came on deck. Now the islands are disappearing in the haze of distance. I only had one night shift, from about midnight to 4 a.m., then up briefly to help double reef the main. I did get some sleep between 4 and 6, and then a little more until 8 a.m. when Garrett crawled into the cave. I told him I'd get up when the next alarm went off and take over. He told me about the ship and conditions, then as I cuddled him tight, I heard a few snores escape. I'm leaned up against the port davit mount, monitoring the tanker ship over my shoulder. He's traveling near 3 times our speed, and now appears he'll cross over our bow and not our stern, and probably in a half hour. I told Garrett I'd play it very safe, watch the ship, and come get him if I had any concerns or doubts, so he could rest easy and really try and get some sleep. He still can't shut off, and after another 2 nights, it'll have its effect. The sounds down below creak, but sleeping beam-wise in our bunk makes off-watch comfortable. I think I'll make coffee and watch as Seaway's Niagara passes ahead. The sea state began to build again. With an increase in wind, our first signs the forecast was right. We prepared the ship for heavy winds and seas as the sun finished its journey across the sky. Steadily, more canvas will come down, eventually leaving only the staysail to sustain us through the night. Less than 170 nautical miles, nearly halfway as our world returns to darkness. We're happy with our progress, our vessel, and our vigor.